So we are with Lily and Robert. You know Lily and Robert for their special work that they presented in the last year in Italy during the Cryon events. And now we are in Hawaii. We are in a special place just after the big event, and I was amazed to the new development, new work that it's important that also Italy will know. And in this little video, they will present to you this special new wave, new energy, new tool that will change life to many people. What can you tell us about your work now?
Well, we feel that we've taken her work and my work, put it together and taken it to a new level with the Eloheim choir, which is a choir that we started here. The audience becomes the choir, and it is using light language. It is using my music and me as the choral director, and Lily creates the light language that we use, but it's very special light language that has a specific meanings to help us to feel gratitude, to feel universal love, to feel many beautiful things. And we feel it more because we are the ones, as the audience, we end up singing it, and it's very beautiful. It's not just saying words, it's actually singing them. This is part of the new work. Do you have something to add onto that?
Yeah, what is very special too is like when we actually met, they already when we were connected with the I call it our cosmic team. Mm-hmm. There was to talk about the Elohim choir, and it started to develop. And we'll say, okay, well, let's see what it's that gonna be, you know. And many of you know already the "You Beloved" song. That's the first time when we got in contact with Elohim. That's the Naila, and that was the proposal. That's going to be a song to be sing before we introduce the light language. It's a song that has words that it's they can attract, and whenever someone sings it, become an Elohim and can be shared. And it was 1 year ago that John Ryan invited us to come here to this event, and it was very clear, yes, you have to come, because you're going to start there.
A whole new level of our presentation.
And it's going to be like really the presentation of the Elohim choir. And to be true, it was just like after the year and then past that we say, okay, how are we going to bring it together? And it came so easy. Also because I must say Robert got to also to get a lot more in touch with the light language, and that what we're sharing, that he had integrated the Timalu that we're sharing, the Etenea. Right. It's like he's been integrating in his life, so it was very easy now to combine it and ask the audience to sing it.
And what's coming through, as you're talking here, I'm hearing new music to go with this Elohim. And it was a little bit like yesterday when we did the presentation, and I asked some of the people if they knew Carmina Burana, which is choral opera symphony. And many people put their hands up, and I could hear this very rhythmic movement of this music, so that we live the music, we live the sound, we live the meaning of the light language. And the interesting thing with this light language that we're using with the choir, it's okay, it may be one word that we're using, but that word it's not like in English where that one word has one meaning, or in Italian it'll have one or two meanings. It has multiple meanings and multiple levels, multiple layers, levers of meaning. And this goes totally together with the new presentation we have and the music we're using underneath it from my new CD called Quantum Reality. And that's what we're getting into now. It's not just three-dimensional. It's not just going in meditation to infinity. It's going beyond infinity to get in touch with our quantum self. And that's what this music helps us do.
Absolutely. And I feel it feels also so right when it was happening, because I remember it's been since 2 years that it comes, sing, Lily, you know, sing. It's time to bring that light language, because it kind of, you can start playing with the vibration, because that's what it makes the multi-layer. And it also is like, as he says, very conceptual, which means that depending how the vibration is going to move, everybody is receiving what it needs in the moment.
Exactly.
And it goes so right. And it was so beautiful to see, because for me it was like in the moment that started and the singing started, was like this celebration of spirit saying, yes, we are there. That's being created.
And by singing this together, what happens with personally is you become the channel. You become the channel of your quantum self. So it's almost an immediate connection with who you really are, which is not just this 3D person, but you are your universe. And of course, interestingly, this started out with Be You Be Love, the piece of music Be You Be Love, which was sort of Be You Be Love words, and a lot of you might know this song that we've performed in Europe. It is a 3D interpretation of what some of the light language was that Lily was bringing through when I actually heard the melody and started creating that piece of music. So you're still getting into that, and what I see is coming even for next March, that there's going to be more music coming through, orchestrated, so that we're almost like an opera choir singing, you know, that intensity that you get.
And what we do collectively is like, well, you know, the Elohims are known like they're the builders of the universe. And at the same time, the way I've been connecting with them is also for that, opening different portals around the world.
Exactly.
So, wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
You get excited. So that can build the new. And I was saying that it becomes a lot more clear that part of what I'm sharing with the light language is to answer, to get prepared what happens after the massive and the planetary awakening. So we are preparing, we're building, like with the Elohims, we're building the new reality. And every time we all together sing, we are helping vibrational to start building what's coming next. And that's so exciting.
And what this is doing, the music and the light language, it's preparing you to be at the forefront of this whole new universal transformation.
So we can answer that, what I said, answer the why not. So we can visualize. This is what is the future. We co-create the future. We integrate it with us. And the Elohims, whenever you become an Elohim, you're a builder of the new universe, of the new reality. And
Exactly.
you can feel it. You can feel it. And this was just the beginning. For me, it was beautiful to see that's the anchoring in this beautiful place. As we know that it's so much of the Lemuria energy. So it's just like anchor the energy so it can keep growing and going around the world and going to Italy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Since we love Italy.
Oh, we do love it.
Oh, do we ever love Italy? And the food, oh. I'm into food. But Italy is so inspiring for me, you know, because Italy's been the center of the arts for so many centuries and centuries, you know. Da Vinci and, you know, name all the other people that were Puccini, you know, it's wow, you know. And I relate to this and I remember this from past lives. But now I'm able to bring all that knowledge from those other lives and connect it, because the people are ready. The people were not ready in those days for this, but now they're ready for this transformation where we're not just having our 2 feet on the ground and being in this world here with the sun and the moon, we're part of the universe.
You know what reminds me? Last week, I was having a conversation with, I don't know if you all know, Barbara Max Hubbard. She is a very beautiful soul, creating also evolutionary. She's going in the steps. So we had this conversation, and we're like kind of co-creating. What is the next step? How can also be the massive awakening? What will be the step? So we got in very deep conversation, and we didn't actually finish. We're going to continue this conversation. But after the conversation, I say, well, yeah, art is an important part because it's creativity.
Well,
Art. So that's what you were saying about Italy. So that's why for me, creating that part and becoming part of the creativity, not just observing, becoming part, is going to help the transformation and create the new world.
The interesting thing about art is whenever civilizations suppressed art, the civilization fell apart. Very quickly, within 50, 100 years, the civilization was gone. But where the arts were supported, the civilizations grew into power. That's where the power is, because the arts, the art of singing, of using music, of using light language, of using visuals, that's our door to the universe. That's the portal to the universe. And when we bring in, help you to connect to become an Eloheim choir singer, you're connecting with this energy that's going to assist you in opening all these new doors to consciousness, where you're your own channel. You get to be in your own power instead of relying on someone else to feed you the energy. And that's we have this new CD. It just came out like a couple of weeks ago, called Quantum Reality, which is the sequel to Mental Clarity, where Mental Clarity helps you balance your left and right brain and bring you into infinity. This takes you beyond infinity into the infinite realms of your quantum self, all the layers, all the directions, all the multiple aspects of who you are.
So, and this is what we do, is we bring it together again. So we bring as like, okay, let's recall whatever was needed from the past to be here, but let's remember also the future to bring it together. So the music, and that's part of what light language does, help us to move into multidimensionality, into quantumness. So when you bring that, it was like we were waiting to be ready, to have that ready, the light language and the music, so we can bring it together. And now we're ready to just share it and see who wants to be part of this and try to be this inner Elohim choir and build this together.
Such an easy tool to use. It may sound a bit complicated, like mind-boggling when we try to explain it, but the people that were there this weekend in the audience, we had them standing up singing, and it was like opening up heaven the way they were singing. And it's so easy. We just sing it. We sing the words, and they're not complicated, and the energy just starts opening up, or it just starts flowing, and you feel wonderful, and you feel all the aspects of compassion. You feel all the aspects of passion for life. You feel all those aspects of universal love, of beautiful
But the
things.
best is like, will be like Luca can tell her, his own experience, right? Because he was there.
He was sitting there, or standing there singing. Right, and it's not just the choir, because I have so much more new music that is orchestrated, and just listening to it and bringing you to another level with that. And Lily's dancing and sacred codes.
I just, for me, the invitation is let's keep have evolution, evolving together.
Right.
So, thanks for your words, because it's an important time. We are now.
Yeah, turn the camera around. This is amazing.